Hello and thanks for joining me again today. This is Ruth Hamilton and I'm back with another video for Tonic Studios. Now Tonic have sent me this showcase die set today and it's called the Picnic Season Gift Box Die Set, and I'll be showing you some things that you can make with it. So this is the sleeve from inside the packet and it gives you a rough idea of some of the things that you can make with it. There's some lovely photographs on the back, and then this is a picture of the dies. It comes all inside this big plastic wallet, and this is the set of dies themselves here, so there's lots of dies on there. And I will just say it again, but it definitely is a really good idea just to take a photograph of what's on this die set just before you start taking dies off, because that way you'll know how to get them all back on. There's so many dies on there, you may not get them all back on if you start to move them around and use them. So this is the main die of the set here, which is the one that you'll need to cut out twice to make up the little box itself. And I have one here that I'm going to show you how to make up. But first of all, I'll give you a quick run through. So this is the main die. That's for the box. You can make it perfectly plain. You could use that in just patterned card and it would be a really lovely little box. And then this one is the one that you cut out and use for the roof. So you could cut that out and then just fold it over, and that makes the lovely little lid as well as the roof. So I'll just show you that on here. So the little lid opens up like so. Now there are some decorative panels that fit inside here, so you can use these dies. That would be the really patterned ones like this one. And you can just set those onto your card and cut the pattern in, and that will leave the apertures, and you could maybe put something inside that you want to see through into. But what I've done in most of these is I've used this die with the outer die, and that then has created a panel, as you can see there, and I've glued that onto the side. Or I have used this one and cut it with patterned paper and glued it onto the side of this one. So that's those two. We have these other dies are decorative as well. This one is for the roof, this one is also for the roof, and then these others are for the sides. So as well as that, you get some other little pieces here, here and here, and these will make little closures for your box if you want to do that. There's 2 leaves here and 3 different flowers, 4 flowers. So we have this large one here, which I have used the 2 dies together to create this flower. If you just use the outside, you'll get this shape here, and then you can cut the 2 together and that will give you this shape here. The large leaf, here's a really beautiful leaf there. I have that cut out in craft card there. You can have a little look. And there's a tag, 3 different dies there for making a tag, which will then say enjoy if we put it the right way up. There we are. And these 2, which can be used separately for handles, 2 different handles, but in the samples that I've used here, I've cut these 2 out in 2 different colours, and then I've layered one on top of the other, and it gives a stronger handle for holding the little gift box up. So there's lots of different ways you can use those. I actually have photographed all the steps of making this one, and that will be on the Tonic Studios blog. If you want to have a little look there, you'll see how I made that one. And then I'll go ahead and show you how to make another one here, but I'll give you a quick run through what I've done on this little house, because when I opened the dies up and cut them first of all, I thought that little lid just reminded me of a little cottage roof. So I used I think it's Champagne Fountain. Yes, Champagne Fountain speciality card to give a sort of ridge tiled effect on the roof. This is Tonic Craft Perfect craft card here, and this is pistachio green that I've used for the actual card itself with some bright white on here, and then it's fuchsia pink, I think, for the little flowers. Coral pink, sorry. So you can see here that I have used this large die that I have used to make the tag on the other one. So you can see there, if you see the back of it, you can see it's plain. So I have cut that out sorry, I haven't used that one, I've used this one, the inside one, and you can see the little pattern at the top. So I've used that here for the door, and then I have just cut it off level with the bottom, and I cut 2 little squares for each window, just perfectly plain little squares, and then I used this die that was supposed to be for making the handles, and I have just snipped off little bits. I've cut it out in the green and snipped off little bits and put it on to resemble curtains. And then I have used some crystal drops here and there around it after I have put these panels on the side, and then the little flower from here, this tiny one, and these leaves as well. So that's just another nice little way of doing it. And for my samples today, I've kept all the colours coordinated because I just thought I would show how to use the same type of colours to do different things with the little die set. So I'll just tidy up here quickly and then bring all my pieces out and make one for you. I've gone ahead and cut 2 of these pieces out, and I have scored these. These are already scored, but I have just burnished them and just made sure all the folds are nice and crisp. And then I've cut out patterned panels for the sides here, and then these little floral panels that I'm going to put on here. Now you could put these on whenever the whole box is assembled, but it's much easier just to do it now, so I'll just go ahead and glue those on. Step is to attach these both together. So this part will slip into here, and what you need to do then is add some glue on the base of this and then glue the sides together. So we'll do this bit first. And just put one square on top of the other, like that. You can check if they're all perfectly in place by moving these sides up. So yes, all good to go. And just hold that for a moment or two till the glue grabs. Check it again so it hasn't slipped anywhere. And that looks very good at all the corners. There we are. And now it's time to put some glue on these flaps here at both sides, and then you can join this one to here and here, and then you do the other side, and that's the little box assembled. That's the little box ready for its lid now. So I have taken this die and I have used it on the pistachio green, and I've cut out this little lid, and I've burnished all these score lines really well so that they fit really neatly over the lid there. And then I have used this plain die here and cut this striped paper out twice. That's from the Rustic Rose paper pad, and I've cut that out twice, and now I'm going to glue that on here. I'm also going to take these 2 pieces, one I've cut out in the white and the other, as you can see, with the pattern on in the green, and I'm going to glue the 2 of those together. And when I do that, I'm going to speed the video up for this, so I'm just going to explain. I will just shape those slightly, and then I'll be able to attach them to the side of the little box. Now I'm just going to put glue on tabs on one side here because I only want one of these fixed, and the other one then will be able to open and close as the little closure. So I just put glue along here, and then we fix that to here. And just make sure you have that well lined up And you'll be able to press it in quite firmly when you've just got the one side attached, so you do that first of all, and then that gives you a better base to work on for the next side. So what we'll do now then is just put some glue along this tab and fix that on the inside here. Now that's the little box ready, and I'm just going to attach this little handle that I've just made. So I'll just put a dab of glue on here, and that goes on there. Again, you'll probably notice I always find these little pegs really handy for these little things, because when you put the glue on, you want to be able to leave it for a minute or two, but not too long, and those just hold it in place. I've just broken my peg, and I've got some more. And then some glue on here. Put that on there. And there we are. Now this time I'm going to add some decoration onto the roof with these little flowers. So I've cut out 3 of these ones and then 2 of the leaves in the craft card. So I think first of all I'll just give them a little bit of shape with an embossing mat and an embossing tool. So I'll rub them on one side, turn them over, and then press into the centre, and that lifts the petals up. And I'll do the same with the others. There. And as this is the bit that opens, I think that's obviously going to be the front then. So I'll set the box down like this. Just take these off now. There we are, don't need those anymore. And I'll set my little box down and glue the flowers and the leaves on. And I'm going to add some buttermilk crystal drops into the centre. Just check them out first so there's no air bubbles, and then in there. So that was nice and easily put together. It's very, very simple to make, but it looks really effective. And I'll just show you all 3 of them together, because I think when they're nicely coordinated like that, they look well as a little gift set. So there they are. I just added some extra crystal drops on and a little tag onto the side of that, and that's that finished now. But as a little extra, I've decided to make a little kind of booklet or note tag or something like that. It's just a little extra feature. So I've cut out one of the roof panels. I keep calling that a roof because I used it. The first one I made was a little house, but it's actually just a lid. So I've cut that out once in green, and I've scored and burnished all the score lines in, and then I've cut it again in patterned paper, and this time I have turned the 2 scalloped edges inwards and folded the roof in the opposite way. So I've cut it out exactly the same way. I've turned these inside edges in, but instead of folding it downwards, I've folded it this way and then folded the scallop parts in. And I want to just make sure all of those are nice and crisp. I've already done that, but just do it again here to show you. And then now what I'm going to do is just put glue down this centre part and attach that to the centre of this other little roof part here. And just make sure that's perfectly aligned before we move on. And then what I'm going to do is put glue on both of these sides, here and here, fold that back, and then that will create a little pocket, as you can see there. So I'll just show you how I've done that. That's the inside finished, and something happened in my recording there, so I've missed out showing you how I've done this piece, but it's very easily explained. I've used this die to cut the front and back panel and glue them on here, and then I have used the die which is for the handle of the little box, and I've used it in white and cut this part, and I've just folded that around this little gift holder or whatever it is. It's got little pockets in here, and put a little die cut leaf on the front, added a little bit of twine, and you could tie that in a knot or tie it in a bow or whatever, and that's just another little way of using that die set. So there you are. I'll just show you that up close. So don't forget, please subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed watching this, and come back and visit me again sometime. As I always say, there's lots of videos and things in the pipeline, and in the meantime, keep safe and keep well, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!